What if moving forward doesn't always mean pushing ahead? What if sometimes the smarter move is to step back and look at things from the other side? That's the idea behind reverse thinking. It's about stepping out of autopilot mode and finding simpler, more effective ways to solve problems. Instead of following the crowd or thinking only in straight lines of cause and effect. Reverse thinkers start with the result they want and gently trace their steps backward to see what truly matters. Stepping out of mental autopilot. Let's get one thing straight. Reverse thinking isn't about being stubborn, rebellious, or different just to stand out. It's simply about viewing the same situation from a clearer, sharper angle. Where most people see obstacles, reverse thinkers notice opportunities. Where most people ask, "How do I succeed?" reverse thinkers ask, "How do I avoid going wrong?" At its heart, reverse thinking helps you let go of herd mentality. Reconnect with who you really are, instead of copying others. Use unexpected angles to solve real, everyday problems. How to start thinking in reverse. Start with the ending. Instead of planning from where you are today, imagine you've already reached your goal. Now pause and ask yourself what choices and actions actually led you there. Next, rethink happiness. It's not always about adding more to your life. Often, it comes from letting things go. Removing draining relationships, unrealistic expectations, or unnecessary commitments can bring more peace than chasing money or titles ever will. Then, change how you see failure. Reverse thinkers don't panic when things go wrong. They treat mistakes as useful information. Something to learn from, adjust, and move forward with before the cost becomes too high. And remember this. Being different, when done thoughtfully, is a real advantage. In a world where many people blend in, quiet originality makes you easier to remember and harder to replace. The pre-mortem approach. Before committing to a big goal, try this simple exercise. Imagine a year has passed, and things didn't work out. Ask yourself what caused it. Write down every possible reason. Then take small steps now to reduce those risks, instead of waiting for life to teach the lesson the hard way. Practice subtraction, weekly. Each week, try removing one thing instead of adding something new. Delete an app that steals your focus. Say no to a meeting that adds little value. Let go of a habit that quietly drains your energy. What you gain is surprisingly powerful. More clarity. More energy. More room for what actually matters. Flip the question. Whenever you feel stuck, try flipping the question you're asking. Instead of wondering how to make your boss like you, consider what you might be doing that makes their work harder. And stop doing that. Instead of asking how to earn more money, look at where your time is going and which activities create little or no value. Many people believe success comes from working harder and fixing every flaw. Reverse thinkers slow down and ask a different question. What does success really mean to me? Once that's clear, they focus only on actions that move them closer to that definition. They build on strengths until those strengths become obvious. They test ideas early, learn quickly, and adjust without fear. In simple terms, conventional thinking follows safe, crowded roads. Reverse thinking gently changes the question and often reveals a clearer, faster path forward. Applying reverse thinking to real life. Let's bring this down to real life, starting with a situation almost everyone has faced. Case 1. Going back to an ex. You've probably heard this advice before. Never go back to an ex. Reverse thinking doesn't rush to agree or disagree. It simply takes a calm step back and looks at value and change. Instead of asking, "Is going back a mistake?" try a softer question. What does this relationship offer that a brand new one doesn't? With someone new, it often takes 6 to 12 months to truly see the deal breakers. With an ex, you already know what works, what doesn't, and what caused friction. Sometimes a breakup is the pause both people needed to grow. If the breakup was about immaturity, not harm or disrespect, reconnecting as more self-aware adults can actually make sense. The real deciding factor here isn't nostalgia. It's honesty. Many people struggle because they try to restart the old relationship exactly where it left off. Reverse thinking suggests something gentler but wiser. Start fresh. Same people, new foundation. Love matters, of course. But long-term happiness rests on compatibility. The reverse test before going back. First, ask yourself this with kindness and clarity. If 3 great potential partners showed up today, would you still choose this person? If the answer is yes, that choice comes from value. If the answer is no, it may be coming from loneliness. Second, imagine this. You reunite, and 3 months later, you break up again for the same reason. What specific action could have prevented that? If no clear action exists, it's probably not time to go back. Third, allow a trial phase. You're not officially back together yet. You're simply getting to know each other again, this time with open eyes and honest conversations. The reverse filter. There's no need to rush emotions. First, observe actions while setting healthy boundaries. Then, talk openly about uncomfortable or worst-case scenarios. Only after that do feelings get a bigger role. Actions that gently reveal the truth. Slow down intimacy. Be open about uncertainty. Work on something challenging and not romantic together. Anyone can feel close when things are easy. Character shows up when things take effort. Career, when work gets harder. When companies tighten rules or raise expectations, many people feel frustrated and want to leave. Reverse thinkers notice something else. Pressure becomes a filter. Discipline turns into free, high-intensity training. And chaos creates visibility. When others step away, opportunities quietly open. Here's a simple approach. Commit to 90 days of showing up like an owner. Write down problems and inefficiencies. Set personal goals slightly higher than what's required. Worst case, you walk away stronger and more skilled. Best case, you grow faster than you expected. Money and relationships. Many people avoid lending money to friends or family because they fear losing both money and connection. Reverse thinking sees careful lending as a clarity tool. It reveals responsibility, values, and character. Set a limit you're comfortable letting go of. Keep agreements clear, even with close people. Ask for accountability, not interest. When done thoughtfully, lending doesn't damage relationships. It often makes them clearer and more honest. Final thought. Most people will scroll past and return to familiar patterns without questioning them. If you stayed until the end, you're likely someone who enjoys thinking a little deeper, at your own pace. Follow if you'd like to keep exploring ideas that help you live more intentionally, without pressure or noise.